Welcome to the course Fatigue and Fracture.
Students, this is your Manoj Kumar. In this module, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of fatigue, endurance limit, and mean stress effect. Fracture. Fracture is the separation of object or material into two or more pieces under the action of stress. It is classified into two types: brittle fracture and ductile fracture. Characteristics of fatigue. Fatigue is the process that has a degree of randomness, often showing considerable scatter even in well-controlled environments. It is usually associated with tensile stress, but fatigue cracks have been associated to the compressive loads. Greater the applied stress range, shorter the life. Damage is cumulative, but material do not recover when rested. In industry, almost 70% of failure are due to fatigue only. In this picture, you can see picture A and B, in which are you able to see the randomness, okay, and the concentric circles, okay, like this here and here, okay, which is due to fatigue only, okay. In a ductile fracture, we can see if a material fracture means we can see cup and cone formation, okay, but in fatigue we can see this concentric circles. SN curve. A SN curve is a plot of magnitude of alternating stress. This is the number of cycles to failure for a given material. It is usually displayed in log-log scale with actual SN line representing the mean of the data from several tests. This SN curve is nothing but where we are going to analyze the number of stress on the material to the number of cycles to failure. Okay, and that number of stress, that means you only consider the magnitude of that stress, not you cannot consider the type of stress. For example, tensile, compression, torsion, we can take only the magnitude of that load only, okay, or the type. Okay, are you able to see the curve here? Okay, here y-axis is stress and in x-axis cycle of stress. Okay, if the stress limit is high, that is stress value is high, means the number of cycles to failure is less. That means it will have a lesser life. Okay, if the stress reduces up to a limit, means the number of cycles to failure increases. Okay, in the bottom we see the fatigue limit, okay, in the dot outlines. It is otherwise known as endurance limit. Okay, if we design a material, okay, whose working stress limit is below that material, means that material will have an infinite lifetime. Okay, this is the SN curve for few material. Okay, for 1045 steel, 2014 T6 aluminum alloy, and red brass. Okay, you can see that if the, for example, for 1045 steel, if the stress limit is near 500, means the number of cycles to failure is almost between 10 power 4 to 10 power 5. If it's between 300 to 350, means the number of cycles to failure is almost 10 power 8. Similarly for the aluminum alloy also. When it's 350 to 400, means the number of cycles is 10 power 4. Okay, when it's reduced to 100 to 150, means it's almost 10 power 9. For brass, red brass, okay, if it's the working stress limit is 150 to 200, means it's 10 power 5. If it's reaches 100, means it's almost 10 power 8. Endurance limit. Endurance limit is defined as the maximum value of complete reversed bending stress, which a polished standard specimen can withstand without failure for infinite number of cycles. It is known as endurance or fatigue limit. Usually, endurance limit is up to 10 power 6 to 10 power 7. Okay. In some case, endurance limit of a material is affected by some of other reasons. For example, periodic overloading, corrosive environment, and high temperature. Corrosive environment means oxidation, chemical reaction, all those things. Okay, this is the plot for SN curve. Okay, if the stress limit to number of cycles to failure. Okay, if the number of cycles to failure of the material is from between 1 and 10 power 0 to 10 power 3, means it's a low cycle. If it exceeds 10 power 3 means it's considered as high cycle fatigue. Okay, if the lifetime is between 0 to 10 power 6 means it's a finite lifetime. If it exceeds 10 power 6 means it is considered as infinite lifetime. Okay, usually endurance limit has infinite lifetime. Endurance limit can also be affected by some other factors. They are surface finish, temperature, stress concentration, node sensitivity, size, and environment. Okay, the next is mean stress effect. Okay, most of the SN fatigue data collecting in laboratory is generated using fully reversed cycle. However, the actual load application usually involved in a mean stress on which the oscillating stress is superimposed. For example, if I apply a load to a material, okay, if I apply a load to a material means which can be a tensile or compression. Okay, for tensile means if we can take a mean stress for 2 or 3 test pits, we get a corresponding value. If it's a fully reverse stress cycle, fully reverse stress cycle is nothing but if we applied a corresponding 50 kilonewton tensile means we applying equal amount to compressive. That means 50 kilonewton compression. Okay, that is considered as fully reverse stress cycle. Okay, usually we will take the mean stress effect for industrial purpose. Thank you.